What's up, Crimson Squad? This is Amy Crimson, and you're watching Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, bringing you the latest exclusive breaking news, previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, everything in between, every Saturday, and interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I am, of course, your host, that guy, James J., alongside the leader of Squaw Squad, Kaliko Yachts.
If you're hearing my voice, that means the house is not burnt down from a deep fried turkey.
And the American Scooter Dust.
I'm still looking for my package that was thrown over a ravine by a FedEx driver.
And it's a great day for wrestling, of course. Last week on the show, I interviewed, you will kind of hear in spirit, Amy Crimson, and a very interesting, very fun interview. Had some questions from Scooter, had some on-the-fly questions from Kaliko, and Amy. Can't wait to see her get back in the ring and finally go again.
I know. I need her to come back because I got so. The only reason I couldn't make it because I felt like I had that internet issue just like you. Only difference is I called somebody to do something.
Not so fun when it happens to you, ain't it?
It ain't never fun. It ain't fun. But at that DMX, I'm so ready for. I literally wrote off 30,000 DMX. It's a wrap.
And next week on the show, we're doing something a little different. We are interviewing an actual interviewer of pro wrestlers, Don Kincaid. Incredible interview with somebody that's exceptionally passionate about this business and the talent that he talks to, and I do not recommend that interview enough when it comes out this upcoming Wednesday. The week after that, Wednesday, December 15th, we got Cody Hawk. The 22nd, we have Devontae. The 29th is open, but I'm pretty sure we have Mr. Grimm. And a couple more coming up in the pipeline as well. Check out our social media, Wrestling with E, on Twitter to see actual dates and news for those upcoming interviews. Now that we're done putting ourselves over, it's time to get into the news. PWI announced their 50 top tag teams, I believe yesterday. Did you guys see who it was yet?
I have not.
Any guesses? Who was number one?
The Young Bucks.
And you would be 100% right.
Yay.
The Young Bucks ranked number one. Lucha Bros number second.
Number second.
Number second.
Number three, Dangerous Techers. 4, the Usos, and 5, ALK. Kaliko, your thoughts on the top 5?
Well, considering the Usos are top 5, that's kind of it's happy. I'm happy for them, but the state of WWE's tag team division is like a bunch of singles people going, "Hey, let's just team up." So it would make sense that AEW would have
the top 2 spots.
would have the top 2 spots because the whole purpose of them even having, AEW in a sense, we're to highlight tag team wrestling. And as much as we criticize them a lot, that that Young Bucks Lucha Bros match this year was fucking fire. So I can't even like. And for the most part, the Young Bucks were champs most of the year. Usos really didn't get back together till the middle of the year, so it had to be the Bucks or the Bros. Because when you think of tag team, it's like literally the Bucks and the Bros. Maybe other than Waves and Curls, give them something. You know what I mean?
I don't have the full list here, so they could be on there somewhere.
I know. The Hex got an honorable mention, and they just started tag team, so which is Allison Kay and Marty Bell. So that's what I'm like.
They were just filling spots.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's just like,
And then
I don't know.
Guys, since they're now not separating by gender, apparently.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's.
What's your initial thoughts, Scooter?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's already been said. It makes sense that AEW has, not even a majority of the top five, the majority of probably the list together. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they had 50% of that list.
Yeah.
I expect New Japan to have 20%, WWE to have 15%, 85. No, WWE to have 20. Yeah, New Japan and WWE both 20%, and Impact to have the remaining 10. Okay, now maybe Impact with like 8, maybe even 5%, and the other 5% is Indies.
And I feel like you're being generous with 25% with New Japan, considering that.
Well, I said, I split it to 20 and 20.
Yeah,
20.
but I mean, basically, it's the Gorillas and Techos at this point, and it's kind of like what WWE is going through. A couple of drawn together tag teams. A lot of the tag teams are kind of drawn together right now, and
Right.
we're
But
in the midst of a World Tag League.
Yeah, but you see, in Japan at least, it makes sense to do that.
Yeah, because they're doing it with factions. It's not like Randy Orton and Sheamus becoming a tag team.
Yeah, there's tradition.
Tanahashi's teaming with Yano. In what world does that make sense?
Yano team up with anybody. Come on, man.
There's tradition rooted in New Japan making tag teams out of individuals who would not normally be tag teams. There's precedent there. The WWE just does it to fill the card with no real long-term goal in mind. With New Japan, there's usually some sort of long-term goal in putting two people together for a extended period of time.
Very true. Kind of cool that Dangerous Techos got the nod. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Tai Chi and Zack Sabre Jr., but I can't deny that they've been a staple of the tag team division for maybe the past year.
Pretty much. And, Tai Chi, hey, he earned it. Zack Sabre Jr., I don't know, but Tai Chi, I know for sure.
Not so great news. Big Swole announced her departure from AEW. It kind of feels like they were going with her at one point, but things never really came together for her. What kind of happened with her, Scooter?
I'm not even sure, because Swole kind of just really faded into the backdrop. I mean, it looked like she was going to be one of the real staples of the AEW women's division, and then things just didn't pan out that way. And I think this, I think this might be the first real, effect of, AEW going on a contract binge and not focusing on the talent they had, as opposed to picking up talent for the sake of picking up talent.
Very true. And there was some health issues that maybe prevented her from being a part of the roster as much as she would have liked.
Very true.
Just bad timing.
Yeah.
Right. And it would have nothing to do with her almost murdering Britt Baker in her dentist office, no?
No.
No.
Right.
But I can make the argument that, like you said, the injury, but the injury didn't stop Chris Statlander.
No, health issues.
That's what I'm saying. Health issues. Like
Yeah,
Stat had a whole ACL out and came back and was number one contender.
But
He picked up where she left off.
Swole's is more.
She has Crohn's
Genetic.
disease.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait. Say that again?
She has Crohn's disease.
So she is just like me.
This is true. Well, maybe not,
Well, I mean, not literally, James. I mean, come on. I mean,
Yeah.
the day I claim I'm a muscular black woman is the day you shoot me, and send me to the loony bin, because then I've gone off the friggin' deep end. But good Crohn's. I mean, and now we're getting into really some personal stuff here, but it's a manageable. It's not a disease. It's really it's more of an illness. And the thing is that once you've been diagnosed with it, people don't realize is that you've had it since you were born.
Well, I know that
You don't develop it. It's bred, so to speak.
Well, all I'm gonna say, on that topic is that she was having issues with that prevented her from being in the ring for quite some time. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but from her post though, it made it seem like it was her. It was a mutual interest, so it almost kind of seemed like, because I can't see AEW just releasing her due to the fact that she has it. So it has to have been a part, her paying a part. But I also wanted to get back to that thing, that one item that Scooter mentioned, which was the binge watching, the binge signing of women wrestlers, and I think he's on the money with that, because keep in mind when she was there, Rosa was there, but she wasn't signed. Soho was not there yet. It was a couple of people that weren't there that are there now, and that's the time.
A lot of Japanese talent wasn't there because of the travel issues.
The travel issues. So now it's like, crazy. So it could be something like that. And I'm starting to see that on the men's side, because where the hell is Brian Cage?
He's back in California.
SoCal. Yeah, he's working for XPW.
You see what I'm saying? So like he had that same issue too. So you know, with the Moxes and the FTRs and the CM Punks and the Daniel Bryan. So it's like because everybody wants everybody to get this TV time, but there can only be so many people at the top, right? So it's gonna have to be at the expense of others.
And that begs the question, we're coming up on 2022 in a month, and a lot of those original AEW signees, their contracts are coming up. Do you see that AEW is actually going to renew those contracts? Are they going to put them at a lower stake? Or are they going just to resign them just for the sake of having them? Na. Where do you think would, these, because essentially this was the original cast of characters that they had before they got CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Brian Cage,
Adam Cole.
All these, Malachi Black, Andrade. Where do you see these guys? Rusev, yeah.
That's the dichotomy, right? Because it's like I would say Punk and Danielson and Cole had to have had to be a pretty penny, because Punk wouldn't come back. Punk would come back, but he would come back if the money was right, right?
Yes.
Danielson might be the outlier because he kind of cares about who he wrestles instead of how much he gets paid. But it's not like he's going to be wrestling for chump change either, right?
No. Yeah.
And Cole at that time was like the hottest fucking free agent, so I'm pretty sure he levied the money. And the problem is now is like
having your
with
girlfriend
those guys,
as the main wrestler on the women's division doesn't hurt as well.
right? But my thing is also those take up some salary. So who the same thing we talked about with WWE with these budget cuts. I wouldn't be surprised if AEW did the same. And it's also going to be where a lot of it is going to be budget cuts. A lot of it's going to be people trying to figure out where they fit going forward with this company, because it at the beginning it felt like it was just going to be a couple of guys, a couple of WWE guys to get the household recognition, and then introduce the cats that you already had. They're the villain now. As much as people don't want to say it, they're the fucking villain. Because they're out here signing everybody that fucking leaves WWE.
What?
Damn near everybody leaves WWE. So what's the difference between what they did and what WWE did with WCW? So to me, those originals are gonna have to find somewhere to go. And who knows? It might be them going to WWE NXT 2.0. Could be them going to Impact. Could be them going to ROH or overseas in New Japan. But I can't see them housing that much talent, especially with some that are not going to be used.
Tony Khan will make the argument that he's an unlimited well of wealth, and that he could just have all these people contracted. Obviously this is a lie, correct? You can't have all these guys on, and even to make it sense to have all those people and not even use them, just to have them sit at home at this point.
Well, the issue is also, I think, aren't they going smaller venues other than their big pay-per-views? So maybe that's one way of cutting the cost. But there's only so much TV time, right? 2 hours Dynamite, 2 hours of Rampage.
1 hour Rampage.
1 hour.
An hour. So 3 hours for roughly.
And the people that were on Dynamite are on Rampage as well.
Right. So you're sitting up here. 3 hours for a talent. It's the same thing with WWE. I say sometimes it's like you're at least WWE is like 5 hours of talent. 5 hours for a talent about well, damn, it feels like 30 people now, but at least they had the time slot to make it there, and we were just pissed at them for not using the time slots wisely. AEW, on the other hand, it feels like they only got 3 slots, and where the fuck are they going to fit all these people? Because you're fitting in a TBS championship, a women's championship, a TNT championship, a fucking world championship, the world women's championship, the tag team championship, a rumored 6-man tag championship. So it's like, what the fuck? Not to mention all the non-title storylines like Punk and MJF and Jericho and whoever the hell he's dealing with at the moment. So it's more about where they using their time.
Right. And what WWE is using with their time.
That is true.
An egg. Somebody stole Vince McMahon's egg. And that was 2 weeks ago, and we wasn't on 2 weeks ago. Scooter the Egg.
The fucking egg. The fucking egg that literally was just a reminder that Vince is still fucking alive, and or maybe it was symbolic that Vince thinks we're just all a bunch of eggheads.
I think that's what I got out of it anyway.
I guess the yoke is on us.
Exactly.
Ah!
Egg puns. Alright, but the
Exciting exertainment.
the only exciting thing that happened on that show was that Seth Rollins got attacked by a fan.
Oh, good God. The fact that this fan thought, for some reason, that the actual Seth Rollins was catfishing him. Like, I can't. Like,
Kaliko, can you?
All I know is, man, here's one thing I will say, because people were kind of getting on Seth for not fucking him up. And
He could get sued.
Like Chavo said, you remember he used to punch motherfuckers in the face and da 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 da. And I'm just looking like, hey, the dude came. Soon as Seth turned, he got blindsided.
He barreled at him. I mean, if you look at the footage, he came out like
Darby Allin.
How security did not get to him before he even got to the aisle is
mind-boggling.
Yes.
Because I know if that was me, man, I would have had a broken clavicle before that. But that withstanding, we're in an era now where it's like you really can't, even if it's justified, it's gonna be looked down upon. Prime example, like hip hop concerts, when people go on stage and hip hop artists start swinging on them, it's gonna be bad press. And I'm betting you that the train of thought now is just let the other people do what they need to do. You don't do it, because at the end of the day, you're the star. It doesn't matter if the 50,000 refs do it. It matters if Seth Rollins does it. So even let's say Seth Rollins kicked him in the ankle and everybody else pummeled him to shit, it'd be like, Seth Rollins hit this guy.
Yes.
Regardless. So that's where I think it's kind of iffy. But I will say that dude, boy, for him, for his mental state, that boy ran a 4.340 on that damn ramp. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm here for the jokes on that one. And then you got people thinking that like Seth Rollins is being racist, calling him boy, and I'm just like, bro, y'all just digging too deep. It's just like some people just like
He
make a
attacked
art,
him.
make an argument out of it, and it's just like,
Exactly. Again, exactly. There's no pun. And another reason he said he did it was because he wanted to save Finn Balor.
Yeah, no, that's
he said Vince McMahon told him to do it for the tribal chief. I don't know. Oh shit, boys! You can't make this shit up. Only in Brooklyn though.
I mean,
That's a
yeah.
Brooklyn shit.
Yeah. The tribal chief. I believe his name is Chief Bullshit.
I mean, we do know that Vince McMahon was there. Is it out of the realms that he actually told this guy, "Hey, go fuck up some Rollins"?
Um,
Unless
yeah.
he paid his bail. That's the only way.
I
Unless
mean,
his bail, because New York bail ain't no hoe. I know that much.
And I feel like there was something else. There was something else that happened on in the media that I'm completely blanking on.
um,
I mean, Edge did the whole promo against the Miz, and people
Wh-
said it was in poor taste that he mentioned John Morrison. But I mean, when you have promo wars between MJF and CM Punk on AEW, you gotta compete somehow, right?
No, I just think y people just don't know in wrestling life really imitates art. Y'all, they talking about that like this ain't the same Edge that had a storyline with Matt Hardy because Edge took Matt Hardy's girl. Like y'all just like bro, what the hell are y'all talking about? This is like every this shit ain't new. This shit ain't new. You know what I'm saying? They got rid of Matt Hardy. They literally brought back Matt Hardy just to fight with Edge because of the fact that Matt Hardy and Lita were a thing and Edge stole his girl.
Scooter, you first and foremost, big shout out to Janai Kai, who was on AEW Rampage last night. She wrestled Jade Cargill. Um, can't be happier for her. No, guys,
We're 3-0.
3-0.
yeah.
Scooter, you have any news topics that I missed or maybe not have
Well,
seen?
let's see. Well, um, Scarlett Bordeaux has announced she will be launching an OnlyFans.
Is that news?
It's wrestling related.
Um, WWE is reportedly thinking about dropping the NXT Cruiserweight Championship altogether. It remains to be seen if Roderick Strong and Joe Gacy anything comes of it. Of course, the Canada tour for WWE has been delayed due to the new Omicron variant. The Rock has personally endorsed Shayna Baszler.
Ooh, that's a big endorsement.
Yes.
Did he give her an A?
No, he just co-signed.
Oh.
Um,
I mean,
And
do people, I mean, specifically Vince McMahon, would he take any stock in The Rock's opinion on his talent right now?
probably, considering they want Rock and Roman.
Oh, that's true.
Beth Phoenix is leaving the NXT commentary team.
Surprising.
I was going to talk about that when we cover NXT.
And it was yes, Diamond Dallas Page is going to be the next guest on Steve Austin's Broken Skull sessions.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh, now that's gonna be fun.
AEW talent.
Actually, I don't think he's under contract anymore.
Probably still got that Hall of Fame contract from WWE.
Yeah. I mean, it was still in the olden days of Dynamite that he was on.
Yeah, but it wasn't like he ain't doing what Sting and them doing and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
It ain't like he's Arn Anderson talking about Glocks. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and AEW bringing back the Diamond Battle Royal for next week.
Yay.
Isn't that the one with the diamond ring?
Yep.
Yes, the one that MJF has won
2 years in a row.
Back to back.
Yep.
So basically, if it wasn't for the ring, we wouldn't know who the hell this guy is.
Basically.
Because to me, he's the talker, but then the bell rings.
Very true. I mean, the match with Darby was pretty good.
Like I said, then the bell rings.
Alright, that'll conclude our coverage of the news. Now a quick word from our sponsor.